the smart murder meter, the one that emits radiation and things of that nature.
This is it.
Low frequency waves.
This is it.
My God Almighty! And this is mandatory? Or they're saying it's mandatory?
They're telling us it's mandatory.
What do you think about this, Lou?
It's not mandatory on my house. I'm not going to allow them to put one on my house. It's designed to monitor and control us in our own homes. And you notice the writing on the label here, there's no UL Underwriter Laboratory label on it, which most electrical devices have.
Mm-hmm. Why do they call these smart murders?
Well, they call them smart because they're trying to fool us into thinking that they're good. Calling them murders is because they do radiate hazardous frequencies, and that's going to cause a lot of problems with people. It causes health issues, it causes discomfort, it causes issues with the brain, ringing of the ears. A lot of people we know are very uncomfortable when they're around smart meters. And I'm a little uncomfortable just standing here looking at this thing.
I'm looking for 666. It's meter of the beast.
Meter of the beast, I like that.
Meter of the beast.
You know, you're standing here filming that thing. I wonder if they're looking back at you. Think about it.
What?
They might. There might be a way that they're even looking at us as well as
I'd like to take
monitoring us.
An axe or a sledgehammer and simply smash that sucker out of there.
Well, I would be reluctant to do that. Then you get into a lot of sparks flying, and that might be hazardous.
That might be a lot less hazardous than this son of a bitch. Get rid of the death meters now. Stop them before they stop you. They must think that we're pretty damn dumb not to recognize that this smart meter can rule your life or control you and mess up your mind. There's nothing smart about this meter. It's a devil meter. It makes you dumb.
This is my meter. If you want to point down here, this is meter 8. And as you can see, there are a few meters that are still analog.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, I'm explaining when the contractors were here, they were contractors for PG&E, and we told them we don't want it, and they were fine. They left it alone. I've heard of people having problems. If you're having problems, just refuse it, and they will leave you alone. But here you see there's smart meters galore, and you're going to see, I believe, a total of 36 smart meters or smart murders. And
wait a minute, you said smart murders?
Yeah, smart murders.
Why do you call it smart murders?
Well, because there is definitely a negative aspect to what these things are about. They're about affecting human beings' electromagnetic frequency or resonance ability for resonance shift. Also, they're for controlling your new star-compliant appliances. So if I were you, I'd find some old warehouse store of some kind and buy yourself some old washers and dryers and refrigerators and just go for the good old
this
American
looks like some sort of
ingenuity.
master design. These things aren't putting out any harmful rays, are they?
Oh no, of course not. You know what they do? They put out the beautiful rainbow light that makes you better. Radiation. I'm just joking. If you look at this, take a look at this one. Somebody put a lock on their smart meter. A little late, I'd say, because if you want these locks, I guess the PG&E is doing this. But it looks like there's even a little locking ring. There's locking rings on the analog ones too. So I guess either PG&E has got those on there, or maybe the landlord put those on
Do
there.
people have to be dumb to be taking these things? I mean, how stupid can people be to have these things locked onto their system?
Well, unfortunately, most of the people in this building, as I'm aware, didn't even know that it was happening when it happened. There was no notice that came that said smart meters going to be put in. I just got a call from my neighbor and from my sister saying, Eric, they're putting those smart meters in, and I was like, oh, and I ran downstairs and talked to the guy, and he was a real nice guy.
Does she know the death meters?
Yeah, she knows that it's not good. She doesn't know that, she doesn't want to know, about all this stuff. But she knows it's not good, and it's
like the people over there at Auschwitz. They said, come on, take a shower.
Sure.
They have a party.
We've got a volleyball court, a tennis court,
and a swimming pool. Actually, they had
right.
one.
Yeah, they had all this. We're going to put you guys in a wonderful utopian society. And it was fences and barbed wire and labor and V2 rockets and alien technology and but interestingly they urinated on wires and left bolts unscrewed, so V1s and V2s blew up and things, so they fought back in their own way, but they paid for it with their lives.
We got to fight back on this. Now, what's this? This down here looks like a big one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they call it the Medusa?
That's the nickname for it. These are mini cell phone towers. They're put on approximately 1 in 500 to 700 homes. They receive data. It's a piggyback grid network system, and this is one that is collecting possibly many hundreds worth of signals. This is quite toxic, deadly, with radiation and EMF. We shouldn't even be really standing by it right now.
We're talking about the Medusa here.
We are. You can see
the Medusa in Greek mythology had these snakes, and it would kill anybody that got around the Medusa. You're getting close to this Medusa meter, the Medusa meter.
These are wired into someone's telephone, and this is a connection which makes this whole smart meter protrude out further than the regular smart meter.
So there's a PG&E warning. What is this?
Yes, that warning says PG&E warning. This meter is connected to sensitive telecommunications equipment. Do not remove or modify the meter without contacting the local PG&E electric meter shop. Failure to do so will affect customer billing and damage electronic equipment. And then it has a pulse constant of 0.0005. And it has a phone number where you can call if there's a problem with this.
There's a problem right now. Let's call.
There's a problem right now, and it's called a smart murder meter, because all of these meters collectively are pulsating through us right now, potentially breaking our DNA strands and potentially making us sick as we stand here speaking. We really should not be standing this close, particularly to this meter. And I can tell you that I'm seeing individual freedoms being taken away. As I look at this, I'm seeing people's health being taken away. I am also seeing
well, just fibromyalgia, sometimes respiratory diseases and
ear pinging. If you go on to refusesmartmeter.com, you can take a look at the military document that came off of the Freedom of Information Act. It talks about the intentionality to cause harm with this technology. And the microwave, EMF, and RF technology was designed to cause distraction.
So this is a weapon of war.
It most absolutely is.